Dear students, welcome back. So now we will crack another problem in engineering drawing. The problem is to generate three views of this bracket object. As you can see, the object is placed at the intersection of three planes, a horizontal plane HP, a vertical plane VP, and a profile plane AVP. As the first step, determine the bounding box of this object. This box will in turn determine bounding rectangles of projections in their respective planes. You can see prominent features of this object as a base plate, a cylinder, ribs, and the top block. Observe their projections in respective planes. We will use view by view method to solve this problem. And let's begin with the front view as seen in direction X. Now first draw the base plate. Observe the projector lines emerging from the base plate and intersecting with the vertical plane. The rectangular projection of this base plate is achieved by joining these intersection points. Now let's create projection of the cylinder in the front view. The center of the cylinder is at 75 mm height. There is a socket of 2 mm width. It is seen as a slit in the projection. The projection of the cylinder is circular. Now draw the projections of the ribs. These ribs are tangent to the surface of the cylinder. There is another rib joining base plate and connecting to the cylinder from bottom. Next, let's generate the holes on the base plate. These holes are not visible in the front view, so we will be using the dotted line to represent them. The holes being circular in nature, we are showing them with dotted center line. Now we are set to draw the top block of the object. This block has a socket of 2 mm. The holes in the socket are shown with horizontal dotted lines. You already know the reason, right? They are invisible in the front view. If they were square holes, then we would not have drawn the dotted center line. So here we have completed the front view. So let's generate the top view now. We will extend all major details from the front view. Let's start this view by drawing the fillets. The fillets have rounded corners with radius of 20 mm. The base plate also has two holes that are visible in the top view as circles. The cylinder appears to be a rectangle in the top view. The dotted center line indicates that this is a cylinder. The cylinder has a hole. So the dotted lines are drawn for this hole in the top view. Now let us generate the socket for the cylinder. Let us now draw the block with the socket. This block is on top of the cylinder. Observe that the hole going through the socket is shown using dotted lines and a center line. The center line has a dotted pattern. Complete the top view by drawing the ribs. The ribs are connected between base plate and the cylinder. There are two kinds of ribs in this object: supporting rib at the center of a cylinder and tangent ribs on two sides of the cylinder. So we are now set to generate left hand side view as seen in the Y direction. The left hand side view is generated by placing the observer in such a way that object lies in between the plane and the observer. We will take projections details of the base plate from the front view as well as the top view. Let us now draw the rectangle of the cylinder. The cylinder has a hole, so its dotted lines are visible. Observe that we have dotted center line for this hole. Then generate ribs connecting base plate and the cylinder. Next, the block on the top of cylinder should be generated. Also, observe that we will have to show hole that goes through this block. So here we are with all the necessary details sketched within the solution. Now it's time to show dimensions of this object in all required places. This is how we have solved the problem of projecting this bracket object in front view, top view and side view.